Are you an Indigenous entrepreneur who wants to get started on YouTube? If you've been feeling stuck surrounding branding and creating new content for your business, then this video is for you. Hi there, I'm Mallory, Indigenous entrepreneur, marketer, and business coach. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell for new videos created specifically for Indigenous entrepreneurs, allies, and tribal organizations. You probably already know that Native-owned or Indigenous businesses are very different than any other one out there. I know this firsthand. At Tribal Trade Co., we have grown our online community to over 40,000 email subscribers, 20,000 YouTube subscribers, and over 100,000 social media platform followers. Outside of being the creator of Tribal Trade Co., I've also been very fortunate to work with other Indigenous businesses and organizations to help them create marketing that works. So I cannot wait to show you these 5 important steps to gain new subscribers on YouTube. So I've been asked by several people in the business world or just in my personal life who are friends or family, how to gain new YouTube subscribers. There's a lot of YouTube content creators out there. How do you set yourself apart to gain a bunch of new YouTube subscribers versus all of the other content creators that don't seem to reach their goals when it comes to YouTube followership? From my experience, there is an important balance of art and science behind YouTube's success. And it's really important to understand both of these components. So in today's video, I can't wait to walk you through my personal 5 steps that I have used. So let's assume that you are an Indigenous entrepreneur and you're wanting to just get started with YouTube. You want to be a content creator. Maybe you don't even know if you want to start a business yet, but you want to be successful on YouTube because being really successful on YouTube can also result in you making money enough to support yourself and your family, which is amazing. So let's get started, assuming that you are a brand new YouTuber starting from scratch. So step number 1 in getting new YouTube subscribers is to make sure that you are choosing a topic for your YouTube channel that is within your sweet spot. In my business training, I talk a lot about your sweet spot. And what your sweet spot is a 3-part system that will allow you to operate a business or a YouTube channel in a space of genius that will seem like it's not very hard work and will be a recipe for success. The first component of your sweet spot is something that you are passionate in. This has to be something that you really, really love, that you could talk about for hours and you just thoroughly enjoy it. For me, this would be technology, anything to do with media and being creative, whether it's designing, whether it's video, that is my passion. Examples of passion points for you might be cooking, it might be hunting, it might be traveling, anything that you like to do when you don't have any work to do. And maybe on the weekend, what would you like to do the most? That is your passion points. Now, the second point of your sweet spot, or the second component of that matter, would be your capabilities. So what are you really good at? It might be good to ask a friend or a family member what you're really good at if you don't already know. If someone were to come to you for advice, what would the topic be? This is where I came up with the idea for Tribal Trade when I was first starting that business. Because in university, all of the questions that people were asking me in school were all about my Indigenous heritage. So I realized that I had a lot of knowledge, or there was a lot of unknown knowledge out there in the world about Indigenous culture. So the second component of your sweet spot is, what are you really capable in? What are you really good at? And it's important for this point to understand that what you're most capable in, it doesn't mean you are the best in the world, okay? It just means relative to other things in your life, what are you really good at? You don't need to be the best, like I said, on the planet, but what are you really good at? And maybe it'd be nice if it's something that you are really passionate about as well. Now, the third component for finding your sweet spot is what is in demand. So this can kind of be connected to what questions are people asking you, right? So what do people want to know about? So if you're choosing a topic for your YouTube channel that are getting a lot of searches, which is a little sneak peek at what some of the future steps are going to include, but you want it to be in demand. If you're choosing something that absolutely nobody cares about, you're not going to be very successful on YouTube. So choosing a topic that people show a lot of interest in, and you can always adjust this part of the sweet spot a little bit later, but you definitely want to consider when finding your sweet spot what people are showing interest in and what people have a demand in that specific knowledge space. Okay, so this leads perfectly into the second step for how to gain new subscribers on YouTube, which is it's so important to do your research, okay? And specifically keyword research. YouTube is a search engine. So the way that search engines work is strictly on keyword-based algorithms. It's really important to understand what people are searching for. When you're choosing your topics, when you're choosing the general topic for your YouTube channel, you want to make sure that there is a substantial amount of searches for those topics. There are lots of tools out there for performing keyword research. One of those tools is Keywords Everywhere, which can allow you to see in an instant how many searches per month are being performed on that keyword that you are typing into Google or into YouTube. Another keyword tool that exists is TubeBuddy. I have used this tool quite a bit for finding perfect keywords that people are searching for when they're trying to find something out on YouTube. The keyword research that you are doing is really important and will determine whether a YouTube video is successful and whether it gains new subscribers or not. The second step here is where the science comes in. Like I said in the beginning of the video, creating YouTube videos is a perfect mix of science and art, right? So this is where the science matters a lot, is that you need to create videos around what people want, and that is going to determine what's going to perform well for you. Now on to step number 3. The third step for gaining new subscribers on YouTube is to create more videos or more content around the videos that are performing well. So even after you've only created maybe 10 YouTube videos, take a look at which ones have performed the best and learn from what people are wanting to watch from you. At Tribal Trade, when we first started with our YouTube channel, we were creating a lot of content around products in our store, some of the meanings of the gifts that we sell on our Shopify store, teachings behind those gifts. We were really trying a little bit of everything. Then the first video that we had that performed really well was on the meaning of the dream catcher. If you're interested in watching that video, you can check it out right here. The meaning of the dreamcatcher did really well for us, so we knew that that was something that YouTube was telling us people like to watch from us. This step of performing more content around the similar themes and keywords that of the videos that have already done well can kind of only be done as you're creating more and more videos, right? You have more videos and history and analytics to actually look at. This is not a step that you can do when you have no content on YouTube yet. So this next step, step number 4, will really help you from video number 1. So the fourth step in gaining more subscribers on YouTube is to make sure that you are replying to all of the comments. When you're replying to the comments on your YouTube videos, respond with a question. Try to engage the person that is commenting on your video. If they said something is good or bad, even if they're offering criticism or correcting something that you said in the video, that's okay. Lean into whatever topic or point that they are commenting about, and that will engage more engagement from them. Don't be afraid of what people are going to comment on your YouTube videos. Now, I say this, but the first times that we received any negative comments on the Tribal Trade Co., the comments that we received that were negative were definitely hard to swallow. It was not something that you like to see. It's never easy to read comments from people that are negative or bashing or keyboard warriors or whatever. But it's important to just have a focused goal on offering value and providing value to the end user, and hopefully that will overcome any of the negative feelings of reading a nasty comment. All right, so now for the fifth and final, and I think the biggest way to gain more subscribers on YouTube is to share clips of your YouTube video on the most relevant social platform. Now this is called repurposing. So what you want to do in this fifth and final step is entice viewers on other social platforms to come and watch the full-length video in YouTube. In order to gain new YouTube subscribers, you need people to be watching the video on YouTube. If you're sharing a YouTube video, the exact YouTube URL or link in Facebook or LinkedIn or any other social channel, that does not count as a view. In fact, when Facebook sees that there is a link to an external website or an external social platform on someone's post, it will show that post to fewer people than if it didn't show a video that was uploaded in that platform itself. If you think about it, it makes sense because all of the social platforms want to keep you staying on the platform and engaging in that platform, not leaving the platform to go to YouTube. So this is why it's important to chop up the full-length version of your YouTube video, share it on the most relevant social platform, and entice people to go to YouTube to watch the full-length video. Now, what is that part I was talking about, it being the most relevant social platform? By most relevant platform, what I mean is, where are your audience members hanging out? Are they socializing on LinkedIn? Does it make more sense for your content to be on Facebook? Where is it that they spend the most time? I mean, you can absolutely share clips of your YouTube videos on all the platforms. When you're first starting out, you have to pick and choose. You can't distribute everywhere. That's going to take up so much time. As you get more people to help you and you can distribute it more effectively, I'm sure you can absolutely be on all of the social platforms and share little clips of your video to try to pull people into YouTube to get more subscribers. But when you're first starting out, make sure that you are being super efficient and picking the social platforms that make the most sense for your content. One example of this would be for Tribal Trade. Most of our followership actually hang out on Instagram. So when we're showing off our content, we spend most of our time sharing clips of our YouTube videos in Instagram and in Facebook as well. As our team is growing and we're able to distribute more clips of our YouTube videos on multiple platforms, we have now started sharing on LinkedIn, as we have found that a lot of our audience members are hanging out on LinkedIn as well. Are these tips helpful for you? And do you have a YouTube channel started yet? If you do, please let me know in the comments. If you don't have a YouTube channel yet, what is something that makes you want to get involved in YouTube? What's something that makes you want to get started? I would love to know in the comments. Well, that's all for today. I hope you found these 5 steps really helpful for how to gain new subscribers on YouTube. If you haven't already subscribed to Tribal Trade Co.'s YouTube channel, make sure you do that as well. I hope you have a fabulous day and we will see you next time.